I think that what Chuck went to at the end there, that if you're looking at those results, even though Mitt Romney just won Florida, you'd rather be Newt Gingrich than Mitt Romney, looking at that map. Do you think that's right, Steve?
Well, I think you'd rather be Mitt Romney. Overall, when you look at the money, you look at the resources, you look at the trajectory with the goal of securing the nomination. But I thought Chuck's analysis of this was brilliant, is that the Republican Party culturally, its heart, its soul is in the South. And the problem is that you have someone from Massachusetts who is accumulating the delegates, winning the states, and when Newt Gingrich calls him a Massachusetts moderate, that's a polite way of calling him a Yankee for all of these southern states that are yet to come. And you have a situation conceivably where Gingrich could do very well in Georgia, in Mississippi, in Alabama, yet still be the person who is far behind in the delegate count and far behind, in second place like he is tonight for the overall nomination. And you have that the nominee of the Republican Party could be someone who is, from outside of its cultural center, and that, creates great tension in the party.
So let me say something provocative, but I think it's true. Is that why we keep getting racial allusions from Newt Gingrich? Newt Gingrich tonight brought back the food stamps president thing. He's been doing that, bringing that up in Florida. Yep. And then tonight he went to President Obama ought to stop singing, ought to stop being the entertainer in chief, essentially caricaturing him in a way that almost calls out to minstrelsy.
Yeah.
I mean, Reverend Al?
I think you're right, which is why I brought Herman Cain back in the conversation, because he had no problem with Mr. Cain. But I think that he is clearly going after what he considers a Southern mentality with racial illusions and always wrapped around when he refers to the president. When he talks about this food stamp stuff, Newt Gingrich is many things. Stupid is not one of them. He knows exactly what he's saying. He knows exactly who he's playing to. And when you look at that map, he knows, as you deal with that northern border of Florida, which is southern Alabama, and all of those states where they're headed, he knows what card he's playing. And he also knows this: even if he can't run, Steve, a campaign that is sharp enough to take the nomination, the worst thing that could happen to Mitt Romney is he become the leader of that conservative bloc that Mitt Romney's got to deal with in Tampa at that convention. I think that I agree with Chris. The only guy would be happy with that would be Ron Paul. Because can you imagine if he walks in that convention as the leader of the conservative wing of the Republican Party, what those negotiations are going to look like? Because Newt Gingrich is not the kind of guy you want to negotiate with.
There's two numbers that Gingrich is looking at tonight. 4 in 10 people that were surveyed don't think he's conservative enough. Mitt Romney's not conservative enough. 4 in 10 people surveyed want somebody else. I was listening to Newt tonight. I'm thinking, is this guy thinking about a possible independent run?
Yeah.
I mean, he's ripping on the Republicans. He's ripping on the establishment. He's talking as if he's further to the right than where the Republicans are right now, coding messaging constantly in his speech, piece by piece. Romney's not your guy. I'm your guy. I'm staying in this thing. I've got the base in the South. And I just think that he's looking at those two big numbers tonight to keep him going. And that's what he's going to be selling hard to the people that are going to possibly write him a check.